I'd only ever seen one photo of Connie, and that was by sheer chance. In John's upstairs parlour, it's a real mess by the way, John's upstairs parlour, we were searching through a pile of Reader's Digest magazines for a star chart map, and out fell this photo, the photo of Connie. It must have been taken around 1940, 1950 or so. I loved the look of the photos then. No one ever had pimples, and they always had rosy cheeks, and always looking into the distance, as though they discovered that number that's the answer to life. That's another thing. If they were smiling with their mouths open, well, their teeth were always perfect, and that was long before braces were compulsory for kids under 10. Yep, it was that sepia colouring. How could anyone ever look ugly with that sepia colouring? You know what? I'm going to go and have a whole lot of photos taken, professionally. And when they ask me what sort of high-tech thingamy-bob paper I want, I'm going to say, sepia colouring, thanks. Just do it in sepia, and while you're there, I'll have a dab of rosy-coloured paint on my cheeks and on my lips. Thank you. Then when people look at photos of me, when I'm dead, that is, and when someone will say, "Hey, here's a photo of Mish," the other person looking will say, "Gee, wasn't she beautiful?" That's what they'll say. They'll say, "Gee, she was lovely." Anyway, getting back to Connie, well, she did. She looked really soft and lovely, with a hairstyle that would never look bad, even if she had to drive in a 1940s convertible with the top down. Because you know why? She'd be wearing a chiffon scarf, probably pink, thrown casually, yet ever so lightly so that it wouldn't give her that flat hair look when she took it off. Over her hair, and this chiffon, it'd trail down and just gently caress her shoulders, and she'd be laughing coquettishly at the driver, who was probably John, even if he was driving 100 miles an hour, and she'd be looking like someone like Ava Gardner or someone famous like that. So you see, even though John was nearly 80 years old, Connie, she always looked just like this to me whenever he talked about her, just sitting there laughing at John's jokes in a top-down convertible with never a hair out of place and never any lipstick on her teeth. I reckon that one of the best things John's ever told me about Connie was when she was born and when she died. She was born when Halley's Comet visited Earth back in 1910 or so, and guess when she died? Guess. She died 75 years later when Halley's Comet returned. How about that? How many people does that happen to? You just tell me. How many? I'd often say to John, they gave her the wrong name. They should have called her Haley. Do you believe in reincarnation, John? Reckon she'll jump off that comet again and do another stint on Earth in, when does it come back? About 2060 or so? No, he didn't think so. He was a bit like me, born-again atheist. Come to think of it, though, he did like to plot the comet's imaginary track on an old piece of butcher's paper he had stuck up on the kitchen wall. And in his bedroom he did have a large colour poster all about Halley's Comet. So maybe he was looking for her. Maybe he was like one of those Catholics who insist, "No, I am not a Catholic anymore." But when they're out driving and a car's overtaking them and it's looking pretty much like a head-on collision. Well then, when you look over, there they are blessing themselves, in the name of the Father and of the Son, blah blah blah. Yeah, maybe that's how he felt. But maybe he just liked to dream. Nothing wrong with dreaming, is there? Dreamers live forever, isn't that what they say?